Hey, hi everybody. My name is Professor McHugh, and I am your instructor for your writing course here at UMUC. I thought it would be kind of neat for me to create a little video for you so that way you get to see me and hear me, and hopefully that helps create a little connection for you and makes you feel a little closer to me, even though some of us are so far away from one another. So, I know I already created an announcement that had a lot of information in it, and that pretty much has everything you need to know. But I'm going to go over some of that a little bit more extensively and do a little recap for you so that way we make sure we're all on the same page starting our course out as we begin today. So it's an 8-week course, and it'll probably fly by pretty quick. They tend to. And, there's a lot going on in this class. So, let's do some of the basics of the course. Now, I don't know if any of you are new to the school. I'm fairly new. This is my second term teaching here. But when you go into Leo and you first log into our class, which is Writing 101, if you're under the button in the toolbar, you have your toolbar at the top that's dark blue. If you're under the button that says Course Home, that's going to be where all the announcements are posted. So I ask that you make sure you please check this pretty regularly. For the most part, I will be making an announcement at least once a week, usually on Sundays, where I kind of give you an update as to what's going to happen that upcoming week, expectations, any housekeeping stuff, anything that's really important for you to know, I will post there. So just make sure you check that pretty regularly. I do ask that you check your student emails daily if you can, just because there are a lot of times where there's an issue with an assignment or there's something specifically I need to get in touch with you about. I will send you an email. And so it can get a little frustrating when you're not checking emails to try to get a hold of you, and then we're kind of dealing with due dates and oh goodness, time is passing. We got to get some stuff taken care of. So if you could just make sure you check your email as much as you possibly could, I would really appreciate that. And I will make sure to do the same for you as well. So if you have any questions for me, I tend to respond fairly quickly. So if you also go under the toolbar and you click on the tab that says Content, this tab is going to have your syllabus, which is very important for you. So your syllabus lists everything you need to know about our course, our grading policies, late work policies, all the assignments and their point values and their due dates. Also in the syllabus is a course calendar that has your assignments listed with the specific due dates. So I highly suggest that you download that. Maybe even some of you would like to print it out and you can look right at it every week so you can make sure you're staying on track. For the most part, there's things due every single week. I think week 6 is really the only week you kind of get a little bit of a break. So make sure that you stay on track with those, and I'll make sure to keep you updated with those as well. So underneath syllabus, if you notice, says discussion board requirements. So what discussion boards are is the idea that in a traditional classroom, we would all be sitting at our desks and we would be talking with one another and we would be sharing our ideas and our thoughts and we'd be having discussion. But that's kind of lost a little bit in the online environment. So how we can make up for that is by having discussion boards. And I think these are really neat because it gives us an opportunity to still share our ideas and still help one another through the class. We're just doing it through writing is all. So generally there's going to be at least 2 discussion boards pretty much every single week. And they will deal with specifically what you're learning during that particular week. And so if you look here under the syllabus tab, this has your requirements and the information you need to know about discussion boards. So if you look here, it says that just your initial post is due by 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday of the week it is assigned. So what that means is, let's say, for example, this week, right, is considered week 1. It's titled Beginning to Write. And under this week, you have 2 discussion boards. So what they are is you have 2 different prompts. And you're required to respond to each one of these prompts in your own post that you make by 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday. I ask that you do this by Wednesday, so that way it gives everybody a chance to get their posts in. And then from Wednesday through Sunday of that week, then you work on having the discussion of replying to your classmates and talking back and forth. If you wait until Sunday to put your post in, then you're not really going to give everybody time to respond to you. And by the time that week is over, everyone's already moved on to the next week. and you didn't really get any feedback on your post. So by Wednesday is my requirement there, okay? And then your 2 replies to classmates, I ask that you make at least 2. I would love you to make more than that, but you are required to have at least 2 replies to 2 different people. Those are due by Sunday of the week that they're in, okay? And so when you reply to people, try to make sure they're pretty substantial. How you can do this is by maybe pointing out any potential errors that you see and nicely suggesting, hey, this might be an error. I think this is how you can fix it. Suggestions for how they can make their post even better. Sharing personal experiences, personal thoughts, and just really being as helpful as you possibly can. Promoting discussion. Okay. Sorry, I want to turn off this thing here. That's for discussion boards. Also, at the top, if you notice, is My Tools, and you will see your grades are available there. You've got surveys, all that good stuff. Under the toolbar is also assignments, so you will see assignments and their due dates. So you're going to notice that we have 4 essays here. Essay 1 is a personal narrative. Essay 2 is a compare and contrast. Essay 3 is a research-supported cause or effect paper, and Essay 4 is a reflection paper. So what we're going to do is 1 week you will turn in a rough draft. So for example, this week your personal narrative rough draft is due. And in your rough draft, I will give you as much feedback as I possibly can. I don't grade rough drafts, so you can make errors here. You don't have to worry about this. This is where I want you to turn in what you've got, and I can give you as much help as I can. I do ask that they're full drafts, though, so turning in a paragraph isn't going to be very helpful. I want the essay finished and complete, and then I can give you as much feedback as possible. And then the following week, you would turn in the rough draft for the next essay. The third week, you would turn in the final draft of the first essay. So basically how it works is 1 week is a rough draft, the next week is a final draft, the next week is a rough draft, the next week is a final draft. And it'll be a little confusing at first, but you'll start to realize how it kind of works, and it won't be as crazy for you. And then again, which is why I want to make sure you print out the course calendar, because that'll help you avoid some of that confusion. The other thing that's important for you to remember is that you need to turn in final drafts, not rough drafts. Rough drafts you can turn in straight to Leo. Final drafts, though, need to be turned in to turnitin.com first, and then to Leo second. So for final drafts, you're going to be submitting 2 different times. Turnitin.com is a website that checks your paper for plagiarism and makes sure that you aren't stealing anything. But not only that, it also helps you make sure that you're citing your work properly. So the information for Turnitin.com is located under our syllabus tab under course policies. And you will need our course ID and our password to get into our class. And so you'll create an account and you'll join into our class, and you will submit rough drafts first there, and Turnitin.com will give you a score. If your score is less than 25%, you're good to go. You can then go back into Leo, you can submit the final paper under the assignment link, and you're all set. If your score is 25% or higher, that means you need to look back at the essay, and it'll tell you exactly where the errors are and where you need to fix your citations. Once you have fixed it, then you may submit to Leo. But I will not grade any final drafts that have not been submitted to Turnitin.com, and any drafts that were not fixed if they're 25% or higher. All right. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to that. Otherwise, under Course Home, you'll see each week is broken down with its assignments, so it should be pretty easy to follow. I think that's pretty much it. I'm here for you. I'm going to be commenting in all your discussion boards and helping you out. There is a, under discussions, if you click on the discussions tab, I believe there is Ask the Professor Lounge. So if there's a question that you think would benefit everybody in the class, you're welcome to post that there and I'll respond, and so everyone can see the answer. But of course, if it's something that's very personal to you or that's private information, send me an email and I'll respond there. Otherwise, that should be everything you need to know to get started. I'm here for you. I am so excited to work with you guys. I love writing. It's a passion of mine. And I absolutely love teaching, which is even more of a passion of mine. So hopefully I'll be able to help you improve your writing skills and get you ready for the rest of your college careers. So I look forward to speaking with everyone. Have a good week, guys.